Hi, I'm your host, Hunter Stern, and welcome to the second season of Hunting for Sports. If you're hunting for sports, you came to the right place. In today's segment, we're going to be talking about the NFL, in specifics, the New York Jets quarterback controversy between Mark Sanchez, who's been their starter for the past 3 years, and the recently acquired Tim Tebow, who we got from Denver. To discuss this topic is my good friend and major sports fan who has a lot of opinions, Matthew Snoddig. Nice to see you, Matthew. So, Matthew, what are your opinions on the New York Jets quarterback controversy?
Well, I think that Mark Sanchez should be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season. He has a much stronger arm, and Mark Sanchez has much more experience than Tim Tebow. A much better overall quarterback. If I was Rex Ryan, I can't trust Tim Tebow's judgment with two cornerbacks on a wide receiver. What about you?
Well, I think it's a great move overall for the Jets because before, Mark Sanchez never had anyone to challenge him for a starting position. And now with the acquisition of Tim Tebow, Mark Sanchez is going to have a harder time keeping a starting role. Tebow is going to work really hard to get that role because he didn't come to the Jets just to be a backup quarterback. Obviously, his intention to be a starting quarterback. So Mark Sanchez either has to step up his game to maintain a starting role or he's going to be out. I think it's a great role for both of them because they're both going to work really hard to get that starting role.
The Chicago Bears, my favorite team, Jay Cutler, will be better than both of them.
I think the recent offseason move of getting Tony Sparano to be our offensive coordinator was a great move by the Jets front office because now defenses are going to have to prepare for a pass-first Mark Sanchez, a run-first option quarterback with Tim Tebow, and in Miami, Tony Sparano perfected the Wildcat, but he didn't really have a Tim Tebow-like player to take it to the next level. The Jets are going to really try to take advantage of that. And also, Rex Ryan is trying to bring back the ground and pound mentality to the Jets. So with Tony Sparano there to bring the Wildcat, I think it's a great move. I think the Jets are going to have a really successful season. Now on to our next topic, the NFL Draft. Matthew, who do you think had the most successful draft this year?
I think the Jacksonville Jaguars had the best draft this year because they selected Justin Blackmon. He can work very well with Blaine Gabbert and will then lead to a very good offense. Who do you think?
I think the Cleveland Browns had the most successful draft because they drafted some key roles that they really need in their offense. For example, they drafted Brandon Weeden, the quarterback from Oklahoma State. Despite being 28, he still has tons of potential. And they also drafted Trent Richardson, the running back from Alabama, who is one of the most talented players in the draft. And I think together they will have one of the best offenses in a few years. Thank you for being on the show. You're a great guest, and I love hearing your opinions. I hope to see you next time.
Thanks for having me, Hunter. It was a lot of fun.
Before we start the basketball part of the show, I just want to congratulate Tyson Chandler on winning the Defensive Player of the Year award. I think you did a great job, Tyson, and you totally deserve the award. I would like to welcome back a great friend and fellow New York sports fan, Merrick Gilston, to Hunting for Sports.
Thank you, Hunter. Before we begin the basketball topic, I would like to give a quick shout out for the New York Rangers for having a great NHL season. They ended up being the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference heading into the playoffs.
Okay, let's take a look back at the Knicks season. They first started off with high expectations, but then we found out that the Knicks didn't have any chemistry. We were letting teams score points on us.
Matchup right there as Pierce attacks the rim. Rondo.
We didn't put any effort in. Then midway in the season, some guy came out named Jeremy Lin.
Lin puts it up, puts it in.
And he just went on a rampage, winning so many games for us, putting up great stats, but then entering the playoff, he got injured. So then we come in playing the Heat, and turns out we lost 4-1 in an upsetting season.
I agree with you, Hunter, but keep in mind the Knicks are constantly building. We just got a new coach, and because we have such a young team now, and we have stars such as Amari Stoudemire, Carmelo Anthony, and now Jeremy Lin, and including Tyson Chandler, who won Defensive Man of the Year, I think we're just progressing slowly. On a high note, we actually won our first playoff game in multiple years, but unfortunately, we did not beat the Heat like we wanted to.
I totally agree with you, Merrick. I think the Knicks should make plenty of off-season moves this season. For example, I think that the Knicks should get more leadership. Maybe they should pursue a Steve Nash. He has great talent, and he's a great leader. He would be a great player to have on the Knicks. Also, the Knicks need to draft more talent. Maybe we should pursue a Harrison Barnes if he's still there, or Perry Jones III. The Knicks should also pursue another big man, because right now they have tons of depth in their backcourt, but they need more depth in their front court. So we should maybe pursue Tim Duncan. Despite his age, he still has a lot left in him, and I think he'd be a great addition to the Knicks. What do you think, Merrick?
I definitely agree with you, Hunter. More people they could pursue for team leadership are people like Derek Fisher and Lamar Odom. Both have won titles in LA, and both are great leaders. They can lead a young team that has a lot of talent to the finals and possibly even have a championship or two under their belt.
Merrick, I just want to thank you for returning the show. It was great having you here, and I love hearing your opinions. I hope to see you next time.
Thanks, Hunter, for having me on the show. I had a lot of fun.
Hey, Hunter, who's your favorite New York Knicks basketball player of all time?
Great question, Charlotte. My favorite Knick of all time would have to be Walt Frazier, because he's a winner. He's won 2 championships for the Knicks. Another reason is because of his style. I mean, he has like crocodile suits and other types of exotic animals. And the last reason is because he's a great sports broadcaster. I love hearing his opinions, and he's so exciting to watch.
Hey, Hunter, one more question. Are you single?
Well, it depends who's asking. You can find my constantly updated relationship status on my Facebook fan page, so check it out.
Hey, Hunter, what do you think about the New Orleans Saints bounty scandal?
That's a great question, Justin. Well, I think there's a lot of controversy going around about the Saints bounty scandal, and I think the punishments that everyone received were totally fair because they tried to intentionally injure players, and also once Roger Goodell asked them if they're running a bounty, they totally lied to his face. My personal opinion is the Saints got what they deserved. Before I answer the fan emails, I just want to congratulate the New York Giants on winning Super Bowl 46. Eli Manning and Tom Coughlin led their team to the Super Bowl and beat the Patriots. Excellent job, Giants, and I just want to congratulate you and all the Giants fans. Now, to help me answer the fan emails is my special guest, fellow sports fan, and my sister, Chloe Stern. Hey there, Chloe.
Harris from Roslyn wants to know, what do you think about Mariano Rivera's injury? Is it career-ending?
Great question, Harris. Well, despite Mariano Rivera being 42 and his body being more fragile than it was when he first started in the MLB, I still think he'll rebound and play healthy the whole next season and help the Yankees have a competitive winning season.
Aiden from New York wants to know, what do you think about Mike Woodson being hired as the Knicks' permanent head coach?
That's another great question. Thank you, Aiden. Well, I think the signing of Mike Woodson is a great move by the Knicks front office, and he just brings the Knicks another step closer to the goal of a championship title. While Mike Woodson was an interim coach on the Knicks, he had them go 18-6 through the regular season. He won the Knicks' first playoff game in 10 years, and I think the Knicks are bound to do great in the upcoming season. Thanks for watching. If you're looking for sports from a kid's point of view, you came to the right place.
Incredible.